make sure if we're too noisy, call me first. Don't call the cops.
Okay.
I'll go tell them to...
Yeah. Are you ready for a show?
Call the cops.
That almost seems so lame.
Do it anonymously.
It's a good idea. They do our dirty work for us.
Oh no, what's all this out?
You called about your neighbors?
No.
We have call ID. We're cops. Everybody has call ID.
Let's go ahead and get into this movie right now. This movie, Neighbors, man. I know the director. I was worried about you going to see this because the director of this movie is the guy that did your favorite movies, man. Get Him to the Greek.
Ooh.
And what was that Sarah Marshall movie?
Oh, jeez.
But Martin, this movie might be a little bit better, man. This movie right here, we have Seth Rogen as a guy named Mac, and Rose Byrne plays his wife Kelly. And they're a young couple, man, who got old real quick.
You know what? What they are is that party couple. They partied and then they had a baby and they thought they were going to keep their party lifestyle.
And they got tired quick.
Yeah, they haven't made the transition yet.
And now, Martin, all they want is some quiet evenings, man. They just want to spend some time alone with their new baby, and they just want to have the opportunity to fuck on every piece of furniture in their house in peace. But apparently, that nice neighborhood has the stupidest homeowners association because they have allowed a fraternity. Fraternity even got no money, but yes, they bought the big ass house in this upper middle class neighborhood. The fraternity is led by Zac Efron, and he's telling them, look, just if anything goes out of hand, which it will. They said just don't call the police, but they end up calling the police. And as far as Zac Efron goes, he says, look, man, I thought we were getting up on the right foot, but you broke a promise, and now it's on, motherfucker. It is war.
As Bugs Bunny would say, of course you know this means war.
Now, Martin, here's the thing. It is the party kids versus the old fogies, man. And for a movie like this, you got to suspend disbelief because, look.
A lot.
I mean, the first thing you got to get.
From the first moment of this, I'm like, there is no way any homeowners association will let a frat move into their neighborhood.
Would let a frat. That's what I'm saying. It's the dumbest ass homeowners association in the world.
Honestly, one of the most unrealistic things about this movie, and there's lots, is that this was the only people on the block to have a problem with that frat house.
That's the thing, man. There's real old people in the neighborhood. See, the first thing you got to get over in this movie, people, is that Zac Efron and the gang, they're all talking about, oh, we can't let the old people get us down. The old people, they're 30 and 31 in the movie. They're 31 years old, barely out their 20s, man.
Yeah. This old is like 8 years old at most. But young people love to do that whole thing where they go like, oh, shut up, old man. They're trying to play in your insecurities. If you are insecure in that way, we like, I'm not old. I still got it.
Yeah, exactly.
And he reached a certain point where
we try to do.
Like at a certain point, we're like, your old man opinions. I'm like, yeah, my older, wiser, know what I'm actually talking about opinions.
Know what the fuck I'm talking about opinion. And by the way, this is your future.
Exactly.
Whatever it is you don't like about me, you got to get to this part one day too.
As a matter of fact, as the movie proves at some point, that whole anger at old people is just a fear of becoming one.
Shit, man, I know people who are 45 years old today who act more immature than this couple in the movie.
Right.
And I was, right at that moment, I said, these arrogant motherfuckers moving next door, man, I can't stand these fraternities until I grew to really start to hate Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne, man.
Did you?
I did. I mean, look at them right here. Because when they try to appeal to the frat, they trying to be
they trying to be down.
They trying to be down, and to the point where they are just socially retarded, man. Look, yeah. I mean, look at it.
It's desperate.
And the thing about it is that not only is this a couple who barely just left their 20s, and they act like they can't remember a fucking thing about their 20s. They act like people who are 56 years old. They go to the frat next door, and they're like, hey, homie. Hey, dope, man. It'd be dope if you could keep it down. And the frat's looking at them like,
what's with these cartoons of us?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What's going on here?
I'm Zac Efron and you Seth Rogen, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that how that works?
That's how that works.
You know what? One of these weeks, I want to get to do the art for the
you
movie
do?
review. Yeah.
You don't approve, man? Look, I think you look cute, man, with your curly hair.
That is so funny.
You don't like it? Oh, I'm sorry, Martin.
Did you imagine that I would be like, oh, that's awesome, Korey. Thank you.
I didn't know I had to get art approval from you, but you know what? I'll do this.
No,
I'll do this.
You don't have to, because a gracious person, had it been me, I wouldn't have done that to you.
What did I do to you?
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, what'd you do?
Martin, what did I do to you?
Tell you what, let's see when next time one of these comes up, who gets to be the leading man and who gets to be the fat funny guy.
I made you the leading man. Seth Rogen's name is at the top of the bill. You're the leading man, man. What's wrong?
Okay. All
you,
right.
You see, people? You see what I did for him? Look at this right here. Made him the leading man in the movie. Made him Seth Rogen. Made him the high. And by the way, I want you to know that I took everything into consideration, Martin. Now, not only is Seth Rogen the lead in this movie, but he also is cocaine free, does not have any addiction problems. His career is on a climb while Zac Efron's really trying to get his going. All these things I said.
Come back to the cartoon real quick.
Okay.
On your character, what's all that on his shirt?
Lines.
Lines?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's wrong?
Do they mean something?
Yeah. It means that he and that's another thing, Martin. He has a very wrinkly shirt on right now that he doesn't care about his appearance and iron his clothes. Look at him, just sloppy, man, just sloppy.
Okay.
And look at you, Martin. You're intellectual with your glasses. You have a nice hipster haircut and beard.
That's
nice
a hipster
clothes.
haircut?
Nice clothes, man. Yeah, in Austin it is. Yeah, yeah, Martin. You know what? You are really an ungrateful son of a bitch, man.
That's what that is, huh? All right. Anyway, back to you. Wow. You used that because I won those cookies last week.
Sure am. And I'm going to get you else on the quiz this week. It ain't over yet, motherfucker.
Okay,
But
all
look,
right.
they going there like, yo, homie, just keep it down a little bit. I was like, you know what? I hate this fucking couple, man.
Really? That's enough for you to make you hate them?
Not only that, Martin, but they're the kind of couple, and you know this. They are the kind of couple where before the frat even moves next door, they're sitting around, they're cracking, they're riffing off each other, they're making jokes and just acting all cute. So you know that you would hate them if they came to a party, man.
I don't know that.
Yeah, you do. You talked about couples like this.
Because when they actually do go to the party, yeah, they're all socially awkward trying to fit in. But once they get there, Seth Rogen fits in pretty well. I mean, after that scene, I was like, well, maybe it's going to go a different way, and he's going to join the frat.
You know what he was,
because he was the king partier. If they could have got over their ageism, they could have looked at him and go like, damn, man, we need to learn from you. What bothered me about the two of them as a couple was like, they were shitty parents. It was taking them. I mean, I know they're at that point where they're still
How
trying
were they shitty parents?
I was looking at how often they were leaving their baby alone. And they like there was a point where you almost forgot they had a baby because they were so involved with going after this frat and trying to get at them.
See,
but also
go ahead.
But also just like I think Rose Byrne is beautiful, and I've seen her do dramatic roles. I think she's great. Comedy, I think she's more of a 6. There's so many other comedic actresses who really do have like lots of experience and chops and could play off Seth Rogen and be an equal.
Yeah.
Whereas Rose Byrne is more like she's tagging along. She's trying.
I can see. You know what? And maybe that's why you make a good point. And maybe that's why I didn't really like that couple, because maybe she wasn't bouncing off of Seth Rogen as much.
Yeah.
But I have to say, as actors in the movie, I did enjoy them. I don't feel as strongly about Rose Byrne, and I think she's beautiful too. I don't feel as strongly about her as you do, though.
They weren't connecting with me as a real couple.
As actors, I thought they got along very well. They both had very good chemistry. However, as characters in the movie, she wasn't as funny as him, and they just came off as fucking annoying. But I do disagree with you about that baby. I think they were good parents. I mean, that baby was just as happy in that movie. I mean, look at that baby, man. Well, baby I must have gave that baby a spliff before, because whoever the actor, the actor baby is, that baby was just as fucking happy in this movie, man. That's one of the most well-behaved babies I had ever seen. Of course, there's editing too.
Yeah, and most likely it was twins.
Yeah.
So when one was happy and the other was mad, okay, switch them out, switch them.
I tell you what worked for me in the movie.
Okay.
And maybe this is why I like the frat kid so much.
Okay.
This is the kind of movie where, and this is why I'm giving Rose Byrne and Seth Rogen credit, because they made gross out scenes where I normally don't like gross out comedy because they really just try to rely on the shock value of the joke.
Sure.
They were actually able to ad lib in those scenes, and they were able to make it funny. There's that like the scenes where Roseburn is making the breast milk gag, and them just ad libbing right there and playing off each other, overplaying the gag itself is what made it work.
At the same time, it's not as raunchy as a lot of these movies tend to be. There's a certain level that so many of them just go straight to. And when one will go sort of there but not all the way there, I like that. I'll give it credit. And it managed to not do that. Now, does it avoid going the low road all the time? Not at all. There's some random long dick jokes that don't really pay off all that well. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of so-so about this movie.
Like I said, man, you're just too old for this.
Hey, man.
I mean, it's just not your, I get it, Martin. It's not your demographic, man.
I'm just too right.
It's not meant for your age group. I understand, man. I get it. I get it. Maybe the next movie we review, the indie film that we talk about after this.
One thing I will say is that when I watch the trailers, I would get mad watching this trailer. The idea that I bought a house and now this frat has moved next door and I got to fight with them. But then you watching it all play out, I'm like, all right, it's kind of equal on both sides here.
Now, see, that's why you can't like this movie as much as I do.
To a degree.
You walk in, it's a movie. You walk in, Martin, you walk in like...
Don't you even start me, because you
walk in like...
You both said the same thing about the trailer,
No.
and now suddenly you got a different opinion.
I walked in, I let that shit go. You relate, sometimes you relate to characters too much, Martin.
That's what you're doing.
You didn't buy that house. Martin, you did not actually move next door to these people, man.
Those frat boys, they're just cute little sexy Zac Efrons who want to have fun. And then the mean old man next door won't let that happen.
That man would be you. Okay, well, I'll tell you why the movie worked for me, Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Because where it could have been one of those movies where just they tried to get by on the crude humor and appeal to that lowbrow teenage to young adult crowd, the movie crossed over into absurdity. And they made certain jokes in the movie work because of that. Like when I saw the trailer, I didn't think that certain things would work, like the Robert De Niro joke. But the Robert De Niro joke in the movie worked for me because it got to a point where, okay, it started out with you talking to me, and they got over that. But then that joke led into everybody just getting quotes wrong, doing wrong characters, to the point where they were just fucking with Seth Rogen.
What are you wearing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
We're throwing a Robert De Niro party.
Oh.
I'm a taxi driver, De Niro.
Yeah, meet the fuck is De Niro. I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Sam Jackson, from Jackie Brown.
That's Al Pacino.
That's not even, yeah.
Send him a woman.
Hey, when you called the cops, you violated the circle of trust, fucker.
We're sorry we called the cops, okay?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Yes.
No, you
I don't see anyone else here.
I don't see anyone else here
We're trying
either.
to talk to you.
The path of the righteous man.
That's the wrong Sam Jackson speech.
And until it got to the point where it just didn't become that anymore. I like the way the movie had a message of, okay, everything could be finished and done if this fucking couple right here would just leave it alone. But they are so bored with their life. They can't go out and party no more. They can't go out and socialize like they used to. They said, you know what? We found a new life and fucking with this frat over here.
I like everything you're saying, and it's all in the movie. But there's also other things I felt derailed all that. Anytime I thought it went flat, they just kept going with it. Like they thought, well, if we just keep at it, we'll get to something. And I just felt like, move on to something else.
Well,
but at the same time, it would be peppered with things I thought were genuinely funny. Like they would do a lot of things that I thought were just kind of duds. And just when I was about to go like, oh, well, then something really genuinely funny would happen.
Well, you know what? That airbag joke never got old to me like I thought it would. That airbag joke, because they do it about 3 or 4 times.
They do it 4 times.
And that shit is funny every time.
There's 2 of them in the trailer. So I was prepared for those, but the other 2 really got me. But one thing I will say that you didn't let me say.
What?
I like how it finished. I thought it had a strong ending to it.
I did too.
And that made me forgive a lot of things. I mean, there were things that bugged me all through it, but the way it ended, I was like, you know what? If you got a place in the movie that's strong, make it the ending.
There are a lot of things in this movie that I took with me. Unlike you, who went home and called your homeowners associations, saying, Fred better not move next door to me. You know, I came home and I found myself laughing out loud about certain things. I mean, there are things in the movie, and I did not like in the beginning. And one of the things I didn't like is that it does this thing in movies that I hate. It's an all-white frat, and they got one black dude in there. That right there, out of everything in the movie, that is not reality.
Well, not only that, but like these are all, I guess, cool party white guys. And he looks like somebody who got rejected from Revenge of the Nerds.
Everybody in this movie is handsome, got nice bodies and shit, and they got this Negro in here,
right?
Just look like a crackhead, just as skinny, look like Snoop Dogg's nephew,
right?
So, I mean, and you know, and of course he's the comic relief most of the time. Everybody gets laid except him. You know, because ain't no black chicks coming to the house.
Right. And if everybody caught that, McLovin's in this movie also.
Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
Who doesn't really do all that much.
No, he doesn't. No, what are you going to do?
I was like, why y'all? I mean, did Seth Rogen owe him a favor or something?
Well, I mean.
Come on, man. Put me in your movie. I'll suck your dick.
Well, you know, when you got Zac Efron in the movie, man, ain't nobody gonna get no shine. The only one who really got it was Dave Franco, and Dave Franco only because James probably came in and said, you know, I got a little pull in Hollywood now.
Right.
You better let my brother have something here.
Yeah.
I know you Zac Efron. Look, I can't blame. I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all talk about me on that gay shit, and I'm not, but god damn, Zac Efron's a hot motherfucker, boy. God damn. It was in the movie trying not to say nothing, man. I said I ain't gonna say shit when we do this review, but he had his shirt off in this movie too many goddamn times for me not to say something, man. And I mean, you know, it's admiration, Martin. I don't really want to fuck him.
Sure. And we can always edit this part out.
I ain't editing shit out. In fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I ain't gonna even put us in review. I'm just gonna put this one frame of Zac Efron with his shirt off right here the whole time. That's what I'm gonna do. But listen, I understand what you're saying, Martin. I do. In your wisdom, I do. Yeah, I understand what you mean. And let me just say this. I normally would not like a movie like this. I recognize that. But I laugh out loud at certain parts of this. I mean, I actually catch myself thinking about certain scenes and laughing out loud. And I would want to see this movie again for that. It's not a perfect film, and I would almost recommend it as a full price movie if it weren't for those things in there, like you said, that don't really work, especially that slow beginning, which kind of stumbles a little bit.
Yeah.
And well, this is some bullshit.
No. Well, it's funny you bring up Seth Rogen because it's once again Seth Rogen is playing Seth Rogen. So you got to know what you're going to get when you get in there. I wish it worked better than it does. To me, it was almost like a 50-50 until they got to the end. I was like, all right, more of a 60-40 or 65-35.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a low matinee because I think there's enough laughs to get out of it.
Okay,
but I left not really going like, man, I want to see that again. I was like, that wasn't so painful.
Damn. Okay, Grandpa, you cool then. All right. Like, no, I'm messing with you, man. I'm messing with you now.
You just like them. It's like, wow, a whole 6 years separating us.
That's right, man. But you crossed that. You crossed that milestone. You know, you. I ain't gonna say how old you are. I'll just say I'm 42. Don't worry about it. People can't do math these days. And I'll tell you something, man. It is Seth Rogen playing Seth Rogen. That motherfucker gonna smoke a joint in every movie. He can play Moses. You're not gonna have 10 commandments, you're gonna have 5, because you're gonna have a tablet in one hand and a fucking joint in the other. He gonna smoke no matter what character he plays.
I'm just laughing because it's like Seth Rogen makes all these movies where he's always him. He's never anybody different. And yet some I like and some, you like. But if it's one I like that you don't, you say like, man, why you like that shit? It's just Seth Rogen being Seth Rogen. And I'm like, you liked it when he did this one? Oh, that's different though. That one's funny.
Yeah, well, it depends on what he's acting around, what he's surrounded by. All right, man. All right. Well, you know what, Martin? I guess we can't agree on anything right now. It's no time for debate. We have some trivia going on, Martin.
Oh
right now.
no. Well,
yes.
I don't know about Neighbors like I do Spider-Man. So
that's all right. That's all right.
Anyway.
I got some good questions for you.
All right.
It's okay. It's all right, Martin.
Give me some good questions.
All right. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and get to the trivia
all
right
right
here. Trivia question number 1. And this is true a combination of trivia and a quiz.
Okay.
In the movie, Dave Franco, for his sex scene, in the movie, he had to make up. He had to get makeup for a pimple on his ass. Now, what is the C word for a pimple on an ass or on your neck? I'll give you a hint, Martin.
Is it a carbuncle?
It's not cunt. Oh, I see that you've had a lot of skin problems in your time. You are correct, Martin. You are correct.
I like that I got it so fast you weren't able to get over to the button.
I know. I was like, God damn it. Smart motherfucker. And giving me no opportunity to get over to what I need to do. All right, then. All right, Martin. Let's go ahead and get into something else right here. I got another question for you. All right. Question number 2, Martin. Now, for that baby scene with the condom, Seth Rogen laughed so hard at that scene that he cried. He just about cried. Now, here's a question about condoms, Martin. If used correctly, condoms, if not used on a baby, condoms are effective to what percent here?
99%.
This is what gets you. He thought he was so fucking smart that he didn't know that this was a multiple choice question right here. You could have got it almost. I had A 99%, B 91%, C 93%, or D 95%. The correct answer is 93%. But you think you're so fucking smart, you jumped the gun. And today I was going to give you cookies, but I didn't have a chance to get any cookies, so I got blueberries for you. I owe you a cookie, all right? This is healthier for you.
It's healthier.
You know what? You got one.
All right.
So I'll put this one blueberry
good.
in this glass for you right here.
My mouth.
If you like, I can do that. Hey, open up. Oh, you know what? Oh, let's see.
Can you do it? It's funny. I took my mom to the Japanese steakhouse where the guy's supposed to flip the rice into your mouth.
And fucked up. Burn your mom's face off.
There's a bunch of people completely around that hibachi. He got it right once.
I steak-ate on your mom's face. All right, Martin. You got your one blueberry. Open your mouth. Let me see. Hold on. I'm right-handed. Oh, shit. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shit. People, I'm the winner here. That is the most homosexual thing we've been doing on this show ever,
Not
man.
even the most.
Not even. At least not that involved you. All right, man.
That was childish.
I ain't giving you no respect in that, am I? I'm so sorry, man.
At least that involved you. Homo says what? What?
Martin, I have another question for you. So I'm going to see if you can answer this. Actually, you know what? No.
Maybe I'll wait this time.
I had another question for you, but I'm going to skip that because I've got to write down the answer. I don't know. But for you, I have let me see. You know that a frat plays a big part in this movie right here. Mm-hmm. So Martin, thought we'd play a nice game of, can you guess or do you know, not guess, but do you know your Greek alphabet?
Somewhat.
All right, let's see how much you know.
Alphabet? Not that much. Okay, go ahead.
Our Greek symbols.
Not really.
All right. Well, you're a smart guy. Modesty. I tell you what, modesty ain't gonna get you out this.
Okay. I know Roman numerals. Greek symbols, not so much.
Greek symbols, not so much.
No.
Okay. All right.
No. The idea of joining a frat, it's like, wait. So I'm gonna pay you guys to humiliate and beat me and make me throw up and get alcohol poisoning, and my reward is that you'll then be my friends. Thank you. I got friends, and I don't pay them shit.
Whatever. All right, man. Well, let's see how well your Greek knowledge is without you having even been in a frat. And by the way, just because you were not in a frat is not going to excuse you here.
Okay.
I'm not going easy on you.
Okay.
I'll go easy on you in the beginning, though.
Okay.
Ready? Okay. The symbol here, A.
What?
The symbol is A.
Oh, a triangle?
No, the symbol itself. The symbol itself is an A.
Oh, alpha?
There you go.
Okay.
See, look at you. You getting it?
All right. I was looking at the screen. I was like, is this going to be like a video daily double or something?
No, I can't show it to you.
Oh, okay.
You just got to guess.
Okay.
All right. The next one is the letter B.
Beta.
There
Yes.
you see how easy this is, Martin?
Yeah.
All right. Here's the next one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
A little more difficult here.
All right.
Horseshoe.
Ooh.
Horseshoe. Horseshoe. Yes. You know.
Phi? I don't know.
Omega.
Of course.
Omega.
Of course.
Yes.
I knew that.
All right. See? Man. No, you're a little nervous now. I'm gonna let you clear your head while I look at the next one. All right. An upside down V. Upside down V. Upside down V. Yes.
I do not know.
I don't either. No, it's
Theta. No.
lambda.
Lambda. Oh, that's the lambda.
That's
okay.
the lambda. Yes. I'll tell you what. I'll give you two more. This one you should probably know. I know this one.
Okay.
This is a M turned on its side.
Yeah.
An M turned on its side.
Oh no.
You know, sigma.
Okay.
Sigma. All right, Martin. You really. I can see.
I told you, man. I ain't make no bones about it.
I see why you didn't join the frat.
Yeah.
Looking, just going into the house, look at them letters gave you a headache. That was your hazing right there.
I tried to join one, but I got lost because I couldn't read the address. Triangle, zero with a line through it.
Yeah. Damn, the goddamn Greek alphabet hazed your ass. Let me see if I can give you one more.
All right.
I'll give you one more.
Okay.
I'll give you an easy one, all right?
All right.
I'll give you the E. The letter E. It looks like the letter E. Okay, you don't know that shit. I don't even know.
Wait, wasn't the E the M turned on its side?
No.
Okay.
No. I thought you would know this one because it's epsilon.
Oh.
Epsilon, Martin. Epsilon. Okay, Martin. Yeah, okay. Obviously, you were not Greek material.
No.
You cannot join the fraternity of Korey over here.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
So sad.
But you know what, man?
And yet I feel like I dodged a bullet.
You know what, Martin? You tried so hard. I'm gonna give you blueberry out of sympathy, man. Go ahead, open your mouth.
Okay, let's see.
Go ahead.
Game.
Oh,
Come on.
Come on, one more. We'll try one more. Here you go. Go ahead. I almost had it, man. No.
I have a darkness inside of me, and you will see it.
Dude, we missed the airbag.